Well, President Volodymyr Zelensky just wrapped up a news conference at the G7 conference in Hiroshima. It comes as the Wagner Group says it has captured Bakhmut.
Now, Zelensky denies that the city is in Russian hands. He just added that and addressed it. Let's take a listen.
We don't have simple questions anymore, as well as we don't have simple answers, because we have a very complicated neighbor who is a criminal, a terrorist, a complicated enemy. But we are keeping on, we are fighting thanks to the courage of our people, our warriors, and thanks to our cleverness. We are not throwing people to die. For us, the people are the treasure. This is the most important thing what we have. And there are no misunderstandings. I clearly understand what is taking place in Bakhmut, and we all clearly understand why all of that is taking place. I cannot share with you the tactical views of our military, of our warriors, but as of today we can see that the country, which dozens times is bigger than we are, cannot occupy us, cannot win in this war. And we understand that a bit more and then we will be prevailing. And that is why we are acting how we are acting, valuing lives of the people. The hardest is if Bakhmut had some military tactical mistake, for instance, and people could be surrounded. Then all the military know what could happen. How we could create the situation for people not to be captured. Now our people are accomplishing a very important mission. They are now in Bakhmut. I will not share where exactly, but it witnesses that Bakhmut is not occupied by Russian Federation as of today. There are no 2 or 3 interpretations of those words.
Sam Kiley and Kim Dozier are back with us now. Sam, let me start with you. Wagner has claimed to have control of Bakhmut before. Is there any reason, certainly in the context of what we just heard from President Zelensky, to believe that that's any more believable now than it was several months ago?
Well, I mean, the leader of the Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, is likely to be identified as the leader of a terrorist organization. He's already been identified as the leader of a transnational criminal organization. His people have bludgeoned their own people to death with sledgehammers when they have been returned as prisoners of war to their care. So I think the simple answer is no. I don't think anybody should set any store whatsoever by statements coming from Wagner leader Prigozhin, because he likes to make these dramatic statements on an almost daily basis, garnering a huge amount of unwarranted media attention, quite frankly. And the battle for Bakhmut is going to ebb and flow. They may or may not be dominant in the urbanized area. They are certainly under pressure on the flanks. The Ukrainians are insisting that they still have people in the urban area. And claiming short-term victories simply illustrates a failure to understand that battles are dynamic rather than static occasions. They don't end like a soccer match. They continue indefinitely until there is an absolute result. Arguably, indeed, the Ukrainians could be in the process of encircling what remains of the Wagner mercenary group in the urban area, which is a free fire zone now, if it is completely clear of Ukrainian troops. And they're likely to be sitting in a trap rather than victorious.
Kim Dozier, to you now, and let's take a step back and talk about the big picture in regards to, the results of this G7 summit. There was one picture that I saw of Zelensky having that family photo with all the G7 leaders flanked by them, obviously hugely symbolic to show the solidarity and support behind Ukraine. And of course, you heard about the military aid package, the $375 million that President Biden just announced. But more consequentially are the F-16 jets that are now going to be exported. And of course, the pilots will be trained on that. And of course, that'll take some time for the Ukrainians to see those jets in use. What was your biggest takeaway in terms of measuring success for Zelensky regarding the G7?
The fact that European leaders now see this war as existential for them. When you go to Europe and talk to whether it's someone in the Baltic nations or a Brit, they have a very different perception of Russia now. They think Russia is unhinged. And they feel like if they don't stop Russian forces in Ukraine, Russia will attack somewhere else, possibly a NATO nation next time. So I think even if Washington's resolve somewhat ebbs after this, European resolve will not. And you saw that in that photo. Also, the push among European nations to, despite the threat of nuclear war by Russia, give the Ukrainians F-16s means that they are seeing this in terms of, we need to help Ukraine win as soon as possible. And we also need to help Ukraine supplant or prevent any future Russian invasion that could threaten Kyiv again. And sophisticated technology like those jets does that, even though it's going to take a minimum of roughly 4 to 5 months to train the Ukrainian pilots. And you also have to build the whole technical tail on the ground, the support system, the contractors, the trained technicians that know how to maintenance those F-16s to keep them in the air.
Kim Dozier and Sam Kiley, we'll leave it there. Thank you both.